Okay, let's talk about it. How do you actually turn that creative passion of yours into a sustainable career? In this explainer, we're going to break down the exact steps to go from a so-called starving artist to a creator who is absolutely thriving.
Right. Let's get the most important thing out on the table first. This whole idea of the starving artist, it's a myth. It's a story we tell ourselves. It is not a rule you have to live by. Honestly, the biggest thing holding you back isn't the economy or where you live or even your talent. It's the mindset you choose to bring to your work every single day.
So before we can even get into the nuts and bolts of building a business, we've got to do some construction work on our own beliefs. This is the foundation. If this isn't solid, nothing else we build on top of it is going to stand a chance.
We all have them. You know what I'm talking about? Those little voices in your head, the ones that whisper things like, "I'm not good enough," or "No one's ever going to pay for this." They sound like facts, don't they? But they're not. They are just opinions. And the moment you learn to see them for what they are, that's the moment you can start taking their power away.
And just look at the difference a simple shift makes. That thought, "No one buys art in my town," well, that just shuts you down. But when you flip it to "Artists sold all over the world," suddenly you've got possibilities. This isn't just about thinking happy thoughts. This is a real strategy that directly changes the actions you take, and that changes your results.
So how do you actually do it? Well, it's not magic. It's a simple three-step process. First, you've got to examine your thoughts. Get them out of your head and onto a piece of paper so you can see what's really going on in there. Second, you label the junk. You call it out for what it is. And third, you replace it. It's like gardening for your brain. You pull out the weeds and you intentionally plant the thoughts that are actually going to help you grow.
Okay, so once our mindset is heading in the right direction, now we can start building. Let's get into the practical, non-negotiable first steps that really turn this from a hobby into a real, functioning business.
These 4 things, do them this week. Seriously. A separate bank account isn't just for taxes. It's a signal to your brain that this is a real business. And setting up a proper website and professional payment systems means you are officially open for business. You're ready to get paid like a professional, and you can skip all those awkward, "Hey, can you Venmo me" conversations.
All right, so you're ready to get paid. Now you need people to pay you, right? Your audience. And there are 3 ways to think about this. You can borrow other people's platforms, through guest posts or features. You can rent an audience with paid ads. But, and this is the most important part, your main focus has to be on building the platform you own. That's your website, and most of all, your email list. That is your property. No algorithm can ever take it away from you.
So, we've got the mindset right. We've got the business structure set up. Now for the fun part, the soul of your business. We're talking about building a brand that's impossible to forget, and the secret to that is leaning into your own inner weirdo.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And let me give you a hint. The answer is not found by copying what's popular. It's found in all your quirks, your odd obsessions, your values, even your flaws. All that stuff you might have been told to tone down over the years, that's not your weakness. That's your superpower.
And here's how you put that superpower to work. You share what you're obsessed with. You stand for something. You stop fighting the things that come naturally to you and start honoring them. And please, start marketing the work you have now. Don't wait for some mythical perfect version that never arrives. The whole idea is to just crank up the volume on everything that makes you different. A powerful brand isn't for everyone. It's for the right people.
Now for the part that can make a lot of creative folks a little queasy, sales. But let's demystify it. Selling is not about being slick or pushy. It's about understanding psychology and learning how to communicate the real emotion and the true value of what you've created. And you know what? Language is everything. Just look at this. When you stop saying buy and start saying collect or invest, you totally reframe the entire conversation. It's not a transaction anymore. It's a relationship. It's a partnership between you, the creator, and them, the patron. $455 for a plain black t-shirt from a designer. Why? Is the cotton magical? Nope, it's the brand, it's the story, it's the perceived value. Price is almost never just about the object itself, it's about the feeling and the story that the buyer is investing in.
Here's a hard truth, and it's a big one. If your entire sales strategy is just posting on social media, you are building your business on rented land. You don't control it. So what's the most dependable way to sell? Well, you have to build a direct line of communication to the people who are actually interested in your work.
And that direct line is your email list.
I'm telling you, this is the single most important asset in your entire business. You own it. No algorithm can decide to hide your content. While a social media post might get seen by, less than 1% of your followers, an email lands directly in their inbox. This is the engine of a sustainable business. It is so much more valuable than a follower count.
Finally, let's talk about momentum, because real success isn't about one viral moment or one big sale. It's about creating systems and habits that keep you moving forward day in and day out, year after year.
And a good system doesn't have to be complicated at all. Just think about it in 3 parts. First, you plan. You have to know where you're going. Second, you time block. If it's important, it needs a spot on your calendar. If it's not scheduled, it's probably not going to happen. And third, you track your progress, because what gets measured gets managed and improved.
And here is a simple but really powerful habit that protects your energy. Our brains are hardwired to look for danger, to focus on what's wrong. It's an old survival mechanism. To fight that, you have to consciously track your wins, acknowledge what's going well, no matter how small it seems. This little practice literally starts to rewire your brain, it builds real motivation, and it's one of the best shields you have against burnout.
So, there you have it, the whole framework. The path from starving artist to thriving creator isn't a secret. It's a series of choices and a series of actions. You have the map. The only question left is, are you ready to take that first step?